Hello, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Ian Green and I'm the musician for Music Dreams and also for Ian J. Green. And today we're going to be looking at Unit 6 of the intermediate theory book, Elementary Music Rudiments, written by Mark Sarnecki. And specifically, I'm going to be discussing the blues scale and also how Mr. Sarnecki has organized this topic on pages 31 and 32. Let's go over to a shared screen and I will discuss this topic. I will play some scales and also work on writing them too. Now, blues, of course, is a fun aspect of 20th century music in which it's originally from African American music genres of the early 20th century. And blues, traditionally, as a form, is a 12-measure pattern of chording. And as well, different types of scales called blues scales are incorporated within the chord pattern. Today we're going to be discussing the scale itself and not the chord pattern, but it would be fun to use that in another video sometime. Here is the blues scale written using C, and I will play the notes and then explain how we can find that same scale on any note. The blues scale sounds like this. And the notes are C, E flat, F, G flat, G, B flat, and C. And you can have some fun creating improvised music with that. Now, something that's interesting are a couple of different comparisons that Mr. Sarnecki has created, which are important to discuss. The first one is that the second note, also known as the supertonic, and the sixth note, also known as the submediant, are missing in the scale. They are not included. As well, the third, the fifth, and the seventh notes are lowered. So when you're writing that scale, these highlighted notes create the blues sound. So if we were to compare the C major scale to the blues scale starting on C, D is missing, and A is missing, but 3 is flattened, the scale degree 3, the mediant is flattened. As well, the dominant note is written twice, once as a lowered dominant note and once as a dominant note. And then also, the seventh note is the subtonic, or the lowered leading tone. So something that's important when you're thinking about how to write a blues scale is you want to make sure to first think of the major scale that we want to compare the blues scale to, and then use the blues scale formula: 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7, 1, or the altered scale degrees in that scale. And then think about how those notes are changed while thinking of the key signature of the scale that we start on. Let's do a couple of examples together to help clarify this topic. So we want to write the B-flat blues. So we want to think about how B-flat major has B-flat and E-flat. So those are important notes to think about. So we're going to start by writing B-flat as our first note. Now, as we know, just from the description I gave before, the second note of the scale is going to be skipped. So we're not going to write a C. But instead now we want to go to the third note of the scale and think about changing from D to D natural. D natural goes to D flat, so that we change that third note to a lowered third. Then the fourth note of the scale, E flat, is written as such. Now we want to go to the flattened fifth note, which would be F flat, and then we go to F natural. Again, while thinking about the key signature of B flat major. Now we want to skip the sixth note, so we're not going to write a G, but instead we're going to go to the flattened seventh note, which will be A flat. And then finish off on B flat. So here's what the scale sounds like. And I'll switch over to the piano. B flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G, B flat, A flat, sorry, and then B flat. And you can see how the formula helps to finish off the homework. Let's draw another scale. Let's do the F blues. So we'll think about how the key signature of F major contains B flat. And use that when we correctly write the scale. So we'll start on F in the bass clef, but then we'll have our lowered third to A flat. Then we want to go next to the fourth note of the scale, which is B flat, following the key signature. I'm writing accidentals, by the way, just for your information, but thinking about the key signature to help while writing the scale. Then we want to go to the flattened fifth note, so we go to the fifth note, and we lower that. Then we want to go to the fifth note as a normal note, so we go from C flat to C natural. Then we go E flat, which is the flattened seventh note of the scale. And then we go to F. So the key signature of F major, of which we are comparing the scale to, is included, but the specific notes we have are F, and then we go up from there to A flat. Then we go to B flat. Then we go to the flattened 5, which is C flat. Then we go to 5, flat 7, and then 1. Something that students find helpful is to actually write in the specific notes of the pattern. Whoops, let's change that. That was a small mistake. You write the specific notes of the pattern while correctly writing the scale so that you make sure that you write the notes each time. So we have 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7, 1. Let's do another one. Let's work on the D blues. So the F sharp and the C sharp of the scale of D major are used to reference the scale itself. So we go 1, then the flattened third will be F natural. I have to change that F sharp and lower it a semitone. Then we go to 4, which is G. Flat 5 is A flat. Then we go to A natural to go to the normal or natural 5. Flattened 7 is going to be C natural. And then after that, we go to D. So we've got a C natural there, and then a D. So matching this key signature to these notes, the D blues will sound like this. D, F, G, A flat, A, C, D. So the intriguing thing to think about when we're looking at this topic is how the theory and understanding the formula of how the blues scale works can be translated to any major scale by altering the notes of the major scale to fit the blues scale formula. So if you master the formula, 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, flat 7, 1, you'll be able to create a scale on any note. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you find this tutorial helpful, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.